Charles Davis, as always. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talked about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Evan McPherson has this one teed up, and off we go in Madden Ultimate Team. And this will be returned from deep in the end. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. And it's scooped up by the NFC. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. Well, it's hard enough to play on the road in this league as it is. But to start on the road with a fumble on the opening kickoff, just not the precedent you obviously want to set.
Not at all, and now it's just words because they've talked about it all week. From the time they start game planning for this one. Remember, going into hostile territory, we have to set the tone right in the beginning, and they do the exact opposite.
He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down. Montana. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just one.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish it as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted, thrown back across his body. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And the Colts are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that third down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
Now the NFC going to use a timeout. They'll have two remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll start here with Jackson.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Second down, another carry for Jackson. And this is going to be a Colts first down as the tackle made just shy of the 30.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Levis now on 1st and 10. Got an open man. It's Washington. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that will bring up second down.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential, but when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. 14 yards that time, but a first down on the keeper. I'll tell you, he got away with it there, pops up okay, but you got to be careful in the running game.
You certainly do, and these young quarterbacks, these rookies, I remember talking to Carson Wentz his rookie year, and he said, yeah, but when I take off and go, I kind of have a running back mentality, and I'm like, yeah, but you're a quarterback. That's what they pay you for. Have that mentality, but know at the end of the play, protect yourself.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
Levis now off of play action. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. The rookie picked off the rookie.
And guess what? they're pretty familiar with each other. It's not like when I was growing up and the dinosaurs were roaming the earth and you heard about a guy somewhere. Now they run into each other at camps, going through high school ball, recruiting, college games, all-star games, you name it. A lot more familiarity with each other.
And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Play fake. Now here's Montana. Steps away. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Call it a loss of 5. A big sack to bring up third down. No score after 1 on EA's. The NFC with the football here to begin the second quarter. Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And the Colts are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
And they work this well upfield across the 45. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. They'll run again with Jackson. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I'd keep going back to him.
And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Levis on third down. To the right side and complete to Washington. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that'll bring up fourth down.
I thought maybe when he caught it, he'd have a good chance of getting that first down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. McPherson's kick is good. Well, Charles, the NFL record is 66 yards. That was 5 shy of that, but only a handful of guys have ever connected from 61 or deeper, and he can add his name to the list.
Yeah, more and more guys are trying it. That doesn't mean the success rate has gone up. That is a long kick. Guaranteed, when he turns on his phone after the game, a ton of congratulatory texts will be awaiting him.
The offense for the NFC ready to get their next drive started. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. On second down, this is Jackson. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. That one a first down pickup of 8.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Two first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. They'll run again here with Robinson. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Got a man. It's Randy Moss, complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Look, we came into this with focused on Randy Moss, and now he has our full attention with his first grab of the game.
Well, he's one of only 2 players to go a whole season averaging over 100 yards receiving and average a touchdown per game as well. That's a pretty impressive stat.
It really is, especially when you consider that every defense he faced was prepared for him and was kicking coverages in his direction.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. 2nd and 8 coming from the 19. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Montana. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Oh, they were so close. That close to their first points of the game. Just needed to hang on just a second longer, but he couldn't complete the process of the catch through the jostling from the defender.
McPherson's kick is good, and that will tie us at 3-3. So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD, and it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far, finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Second half ready to roll. 2 field goals, the combined output in half number 1. Could be first touchdown wins. A fairly short kick from the 14. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Ready to begin their next drive here, the NFC offense. Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the 3rd quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one. And we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee Wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
3rd quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10. 2nd down and a run by Robinson. And he's got some space here. And touchdown. A big play there. 77 yards. And the NFC has taken the lead. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is now 10-3. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. Well, Charles, you and I said at intermission, feels like we're set up for a good second half. Well, the other side scored. Now it's up to them to answer. How do they respond here with their first drive of the second half?
Well, bottom line is they just saw the ball go in the end zone against their defense, and they saw what good offense looks like. They believe they've got a good offense as well. Run the best plays you've got to the top performers you have, and try to move that ball down the field for an answering score.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher, 3rd and 6.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
Back to throw, it's Levis. And Steve Smith hauls it in. And he is going to have a Colts first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field defensively. Make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
And he'll get this up to about the 40. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's 2nd down. Off the play fake, Levis. He's going to launch it for Washington. And this is taken in at the 5. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll try and run forward with Bowe. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
Good work there, holding them out on 1st down, and this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
They'll try the ground game with Jackson, and this time they were ready for him as they stop him right at the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, here's Bowe. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, but it's going to leave him with a 4th and goal. This defense continues to be good on 3rd down. I mean, they haven't allowed a touchdown offensively. Are you saying, let's go for this, let's try to get it in the end zone?
I don't know about that because of what you just described. They've been so good, and they don't give up the big play that you would expect in downs 1 through 3. Why should 4th down be any different? You might want to go ahead and kick the field goal and see if you can figure out something else as this game moves on.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. A fairly short kick. Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
He'll get this to the 24, and it's 2nd down.
an opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the...
And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. In motion, the tight end. Now Montana. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. A seismic shift in momentum here in the fourth quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle.
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Give the sack to Lawrence Taylor. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. Now on 3rd down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And that gets him back within a single point. It's now 10-9. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
The offense for the NFC ready to get their next drive started. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. And remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. To throw is Montana. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around a defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Levis to throw off play action. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, this is Jackson. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. 4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock, in a tight 1-point game. So a pressure spot here for Evan McPherson. This for the lead in the final stages. McPherson's kick is good, and they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they've managed the clock exactly right.
Ready to begin their next drive here, the NFC offense. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 174 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Back to Robinson now on 1st down. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5